Hopefully everybody gets a notification this time. Hey, everybody. Let's see if this works. I think this is take 3, okay? Because the first time I tried to set it up and set it up ahead of time, but it wouldn't connect for me. And then the second time I had no live chat. And then I'm not going to live stream if I can't see what you guys are saying. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's the point of doing a live stream, is being able to communicate with you and not just talk to myself. So I apologize. I don't know what's up with YouTube these past 48 hours. I am YouTube literate, but apparently I'm malfunctioning. So this is take 3, and this one is working, it looks like. I just hope everybody hasn't given up and that they flip over to this live stream. So when you get into this live stream, please comment in the chat so I know that you're here and I know that this is working, and you guys know the drill. But I'm Laura, and you're watching Atomic News TV, and that's like the 3rd time I've had to say that in the past 10 minutes. But we are going to talk about everything that is going on post El Paso shooting and post Dayton shooting with the left, okay? Because, all right, you guys all know that I was in Laughlin. I was in Laughlin this weekend, and then I spoke at the Mojave County annual Republicans picnic, which had a great time. They treated me so nicely. We had a blast in Laughlin, spent a lot of money, but that's okay. We don't get to go on vacation very often. So we kind of deserve that. And I should have shut off my notifications, but that's okay. But the whole way home, I kept looking at Twitter, and, I really shouldn't do that at all. I really should limit myself on Twitter. I really should, because Twitter pisses me off. I can't believe what is going on Twitter right now from the left. It's disgusting. I'm gonna read you some of the bull crap that is coming out of the left. I can't even believe this. Okay. For every event like this, the left will always come at Donald Trump and say, you need to acknowledge that this is not acceptable, blah, 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 blah. And so what does he do? He finally does it, okay? He does it. He tweets that, this kind of hate does not belong in our country. But that's still not good enough for the left. It's still not good enough. They still continue to blame everything on Trump. This is their topic of the week, just so you know, okay? Hey, Margot, how's it going? Glad you flipped over here. Anita, I'm sorry about the messed up live stream. I know, I really like that donkey picture. I wanted that in here. But YouTube problems. So I couldn't even live stream last night at all. 0. Double zeros, nothing. In the hotel room, I couldn't live stream at all. And now I'm having problems here at home. I don't even know what's going on. But anyway, I digress. Going back to the left. This is their topic of the week, okay? Because what was it, like 3 weeks ago? The topic for the left was the detention centers, the concentration camps, okay? And that was the whole big thing, all over social media, all over the news, okay? The squad ripping on the concentration camps. And then, of course, like clockwork, all of the other Democrats fall in line and repeat. They just mimic and repeat everything that the others say. It's like they get on a conference call every night and they're like, hi, so what are we going to talk about tomorrow, huh? What are we going to tweet about tomorrow? Okay, let's say it this way. And then they all repeat it like parrots and mimic each other throughout social media. And it's disgusting. It really is. It shows no individuality and no thought whatsoever. And then after the whole concentration camp thing, and the whole then it was the whole racist thing, because of Trump saying, you can leave, you can go back to where you came from if you don't like it here. So that was the uproar then for that week, right? They all sat and bitched the whole exact thing all over again, like clockwork on social media, mimicking each other like parrots, like they had a meeting the night before and a little chat room to figure out what they were going to talk about tomorrow. And what are we going to wear tomorrow? Are we all going to match tomorrow? Are we all going to wear pink together? That type of an attitude. That's what it seems like. So now that that's passed over, now it's the shootings, okay? That's going to be their topic for the next week or two. And then it's going to be something else because that's what they do. They talk a lot of talk, but they don't know how to walk the walk. The Democrats don't ever get anything done. And they bitch about how, they've been trying to bring, vote in new background checks and whatnot. But the Republicans blocked it. Well, guess what? What do you think you guys did to the Republicans back during the national emergency? Here we are trying to push out some changes for immigration, some border security, some essential changes for the country. And what did the Democrats do? They blocked it. All right. They wouldn't acknowledge that there was a crisis on the border until it was convenient for them. Okay, for months, this is a manufactured crisis. There's no crisis on the border. There's no problem. There's no need for this wall. We don't need any additional humanitarian assistance. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me they didn't say that. Right? And so here we were trying to fix the problem at the southern border. And what did the Democrats do? They blocked it. So guess, how does that feel, Democrats? The shoe's on the other foot now. Okay, let's talk about some of these tweets. Well, I'm looking it up. Oh, hey, Dorinda, you made it over. Good. Sorry about all the flip-flopping of the live streams, but YouTube, and then I'm live streaming. Hey, Crystal, I'm live streaming on Facebook too at the same time because I know that some of the people that watch, or on Facebook look at the things that I post on Facebook because I'll post articles on the Atomic News page. Some of them don't have YouTube, so they can't see my videos unless I go and post a link over there. So I just figured, okay, well, let's try this. Let's do a live stream and see what happens. The only thing is they can't see you guys and you guys can't see them. That's the only thing. But I'm gonna go to, let's just go to AOC, okay? Because there's always good stuff coming out of her. Oh my God! And then Alyssa Milano, what an idiot! Alyssa Milano, if you have, go check out her tweets recently, okay? I can't believe that I used to love her, okay? Like, I watched her growing up on all of her shows, and she was like one of my favorite actresses. Well, let me just tell you, this girl has no brains whatsoever. She is an absolute idiot, all right? And her tweets prove it. So if you want some entertainment, you have to go look at that. But let's look at Ocasio-Cortez right now. Of course, she has something pinned in regards to radical extreme left agenda. She's trying to point out that the things that they're wanting are not radical, but that's a whole nother live stream. She says, okay, this is 1 hour ago. Using the words invasion, infestation with respect to a specific targeted group of people, implying they are vermin, this is a language of white supremacy. And it goes all the way to the top. It's not a matter of political stances. This is stoking hatred and endangering the country. Serious? And then she tagged this tweet here from someone named Natalie Martinez, who says, according to Facebook's ad archive, Trump has run around 2,200 Facebook ads since May 2018, mentioning the word invasion. Scrolling through all of them seem to be about immigration. Okay. When a large amount of people come into a country illegally, not following laws, and going around ports of entry, whether they're claiming asylum or not, it is against the law, okay? AOC argued claiming asylum is not against the law. You're right, it's not against the law, but the way that they went about it is, okay? The action of crossing into our country illegally is. So they committed a crime so that they could claim asylum when they had a choice to do it the correct way, but they didn't want to wait. They didn't want to do it the right way. They didn't care. They did it their way. And guess what? That is an invasion. Okay, just because you don't like the word doesn't make it bad. All right. I've always said I'm pretty honest. I'll tell you the way it is. I'll be straightforward. And if I hurt your feelings, too bad. Okay. If I call you an a-hole, it has nothing to do with the color of your skin, but it has everything to do with your character. Okay. And if you point out your race because I called you an a-hole, that proves you're an a-hole. Okay? And that's, I mean, almost the same logic, in the same sense as this. Just because we called it an invasion, telling you the way it is, does not mean that we're targeting them, okay, because of their race. It just so coincidentally happens they're coming from the same area, all right? And there are people that live down there that are not of Hispanic nature, okay? Hold on, I had to approve Anita's message. I don't know why it held that message. Hey, Frank, how's it going? True Conservative Minutes in the house. Hey, Jerry, how's it going? But yeah. And then she says, video games aren't causing mass shootings. White supremacy is. Oh, okay. So what about all the shootings done by Black people? Is that white supremacy? Do all those Black people in Chicago that are shooting each other, do they have like a identity issue and they really think that they're white supremacists? How does that work? I mean, these tweets from the left are insane. And I know Let's Be Frank can confirm that. He and I are both like to our wits' end. Like, I can't even believe the stupidity that is coming out of the left. Their mindset, their thought process is so whacked. And then they say, oh, okay, I forget who tweeted this, but Alyssa Milano said something about how all of the right is going to fall in line and claim that this is a mental health issue. Well, yeah, because it is, dumbass. Any shooter, anybody who feels the need to go shoot somebody other than in self-defense, it's a mental health issue, okay? If you take away guns, guess what? There are bombs. You can't take away bombs because anybody can make that if, they had a brain cell with different ingredients and whatnot, okay? So let's just say we took away bombs. Well, guess what? Then there's knives. So are you going to take away knives too? Okay, let's take away knives. Guess what? Now we have axes. Do you see what I'm talking about? There is always going to be a method of committing mass injury to people or mass murder. Okay. Now my video is probably going to get flagged because I said all those things. But what's new in YouTube land? Censorship is nothing new to me. So you can't blame an inanimate object. Okay. That would be the same as me blaming this pen. I'm going to blame this pen for what I just wrote on this piece of paper right here. That is their thought process. How idiotic can they be? I mean, I guess that's a stupid question because they can always be more idiotic than I think they can be. There's always a cherry they can put on top. That's like blaming French fries or McDonald's for making America fat. Okay, McDonald's is not the problem. It's the people who wanted to eat it. They made the decision. We hold all the power. This right up here. This is what holds the power to make this a weapon, or this a weapon, or these nail cutters a weapon. Okay? This nail cutter is not going to walk along and go stab somebody. All right? The person holding it does. So yes, it is a mental health problem. And anybody who thinks that it is not has a mental health problem. Okay? Oh, Jerry, I am so sorry that your wife is in the hospital. I hope that she continues to improve. I remember seeing something on Facebook where you said that she was doing a little bit better. I hope that she is. Okay, going back. I just started. Sorry, squirrel. I looked over and I saw Jerry's your comment, and that reminded me to tell him that. Let's see. Okay, here's about passing the background checks. Okay, the House passed H.R. 8, a bipartisan background check act, 5 months ago, and the Senate has yet to vote on it. It was one of our first major priorities after ending the government shutdown. You've been sitting on it since February, giving bogus excuses. Care to explain to people why? Well, AOC, do you care to explain to people why you haven't done anything about the border yet? Because it was you a couple weeks ago that was bitching about concentration camps and putting kids in cages and splitting up families, right? But what have you done? Nothing. You've been sitting on it. So, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, honey. And you know what? And I think it's funny that she said it was one of our first major priorities after ending the government shutdown. Like, she makes it sound like they ended the government shutdown. That's cute. That's really cute. And why would that be one of your first major priorities? If we have a government shutdown and government workers are not working and making money, why is gun control one of your first priorities? Why isn't your country one of your first priorities? And getting the emergency, the whole issues surrounding the emergency addressed first. That's why I get so angry at the stupidity of the left especially on Twitter. Okay, Gabrielle Giffords tweeted, and of course AOC liked this. I have no more words. I only have anger. Do you have anger? Do you know anger turns into hate? And you know what hate does, right? But anyway, President Donald Trump, President Donald Trump and leader Mitch McConnell must call the Senate back from August recess immediately. We cannot afford to wait another day for lawmakers to address this horrific national public safety threat. Okay, she's referring to white supremacists. Okay, this is the whole racist movement against the white man now. It's our turn. It's our turn. Well, guess what? I'm not white, I'm pink, so I don't fall into any of this anyway. I've always said I'm pink because I am. If you ever looked at my skin with no makeup on, I'm pretty pink. But and then she hashtags Dayton shooting. Okay. AOC says focusing on flipping the Senate should be our #1 electoral priority right now. Okay, you shouldn't have any other priorities right now other than getting shit done in Congress, okay? Instead of bitching. What I always say the left are professional victims. That's what they are. They just bitch and then they whine and they act like professional victims. And I'm getting real sick of it. I really am sick of it. But this whole thing about the shooter, targeting Mexicans, the El Paso shooter targeting Mexicans because of the invasion. They use the word invasion. They're linking the terms between Trump and the shooter now because that's what they'll try and do. Honestly, like the conservatives, the Republicans, we don't care about Mexicans. Okay, we really don't. We don't care about Central Americans or Black people, okay? In the sense that they're part of our society, okay? We've accepted them. Okay? They're us, we're them, okay? We're all together. We have a problem with anybody, regardless of their race, okay? They could be white, they could be pink, they could be Russian, they could be French, they could be Canadian, they could also be Mexican, it doesn't matter. We have a problem with the people that are illegally here, breaking our laws. Let me tell you, okay? Ask any conservative or Republican that I work with, and they will tell you that they are not against immigration. They are against illegal immigration. And we couldn't give a flying, all right, what race you are or what country you're from. We want our laws respected. We want our country and culture respected. That is all. It's really simple. It really is. And I don't know why the left can't get that. All right, there are 42 people in here and 21 likes. Okay, that means there's, like 20 of you that are creeping. So make sure you hit that like button, you guys. I know that I posted, I mentioned in one of my previous live streams that the Guardian Patriots are going over to El Paso to help. That's what they do, okay? If there is a problem at the border, they'll be at the border. If there is a hurricane and there's flooding, then they'll go and help with flooding victims, okay? Here, there's a shooting and there's problems there. They're going to go over and help, in that particular incident. That's what they do. They're not just focused solely on the border, just so you guys know. So if you are interested in donating to them, you guys text me at my atomic phone number, 480-216-6140, and I'll send you the link if you want to donate to them so that you can help them get a hotel room, get some food, some snacks, some supplies, whatever, to go over there and help in any way that they can. Because they are in New Mexico and El Paso is a stone's throw away, so they can get over there. So text me at that number if you want the link to make a donation. I'll send it to you. You guys, if you want me to see you in chat right now, you have to do the @ symbol and then Atomic News and then type whatever it is you want. Or if you want me to see what you're saying, you can do a super chat. That's that little $ in the where you're typing. You hit that and you can make a donation to my channel, and then you can write whatever you want in there, a question, a comment, a thought, whatever it may be, and it will pop up like boom, right, for everybody to see. So just so you guys know. But did you guys saw that video that I posted with Jen, right? Jen from AZ Patriots. She saw this guy here in Phoenix standing out with a sign that said, basically was like F Trump, okay? But the letters were switched around, right? And this dude says he's out there all the time doing this for months and months. He's been doing it, but I'm gonna ask her if she's ever seen this guy before. Ilhan Bromar, Dayton shooter, was a leftist according to his Twitter. Yes. I don't know if it's still up. They took down El Paso shooter's Twitter. Yes. In fact, I'm going to go over some articles too that kind of talk about that. But this guy was so triggered by her pistol on her hip. He was, the whole time crying, a crying leftist, okay? Calling her spineless. Okay, if I had $1 for every time he said you're spineless to her, I could buy my family dinner. Okay, that's all he could do was sit and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. Just like, I was like the whole time, like my face the whole time, I swear I was like, just like that, I swear. I was like, is this dude for real? Like, I want to go harass this dude now. If I'm gonna find out where this dude was, and if he's there, I'll do it next, because I was like, whoa, he was so triggered by her pistol, her Second Amendment rights. But that's the left. You guys have heard it, being a leftist, being a Democrat is a mental health problem. It is. Their behavior alone is a mental health problem. Normal, sane people do not behave that way. Okay. So let me pull up some of these articles here. Hang in there with me. I tweeted them to my personal Twitter so that I can go in and read these to you. I know I don't share. I don't have very many followers on my personal Twitter just because I don't really tweet from it very often. I use my Atomic News and I kind of harass people with Atomic News. It's funny because let's be frank, he's like so nice and polite on Twitter, and here I am. I'm like, you're an a-hole. Okay. For Connor Betts, 5 facts you need to know. Let's just see what this is. And if you, okay, you know what? Someone pointed out that the two shooters are like twins. Okay, they both have short, dark hair. They both have black framed glasses, and they kind of look a lot alike. But anyway, Connor Betts was named by police as the body armor wearing masked gunman who fatally shot at least 9 people, including his own sister. Hello. A tragedy that left at least 27 more injured in a popular bar and restaurant district in Dayton, Ohio. Betts was 24 and from Bellbrook, Ohio. Witnesses said he was wearing all black when he opened fire. Betts was killed by police with 6 officers firing at least 1 round. And officials said the carnage might have been even worse if it were not for their quick response. On social media, the suspect's biographies started to emerge. On his Twitter page, reviewed by Heavy, he described himself as he, him, anime fan, metalhead, leftist. I'm going to hell and I'm not coming back. He wrote on Twitter that he would happily vote for Democrat Elizabeth Warren. Okay. He praised Satan, was upset about the 2016 presidential election results, and added, I want socialism, and I'll not wait for the idiots to finally come around to understanding. Let's see. Let me go down. On LinkedIn, Betts described himself as offering extensive customer service experience and describes himself as good under pressure. Interesting. Fast learner, eager to overachieve, but his employment history consisted of service positions, and the warning signs might date to high school when Betts may have written a hit list on a bathroom wall. Dayton police initially identified the shooter on Twitter as Connor Betts, but online the social media records gave the spelling different. I guess that it was a typo. Okay, let's see if there's, I thought they were going to list 5 things we didn't know. I'm like waiting for that. Where is that? Oh, this just goes on and on. Okay, here's what you need to know, it says. Police were still investigating the motive of Connor Betts, who wrote on LinkedIn that he worked at a chain restaurant. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm going to show, this is his picture. I don't know, is that him at the restaurant? Here, I'll show my Facebook people. Okay. So far, the motive for the mass shooting remained elusive. In the El Paso mass shooting, only hours before, the anti-immigrant manifesto, probably tied to the gunman there, gave clues about the motive. In Dayton, there was no less of a paper trail pointing toward why. Clearly, the question has to be, why does Dayton have to be the 250th shooting in America? Dayton Mayor Nan Whaley said. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. 250 this year. El Paso was 249. Dayton was 250. Are they looking for some sort of numerical matching up to something? Okay, so what's the next thing? Because I said 5 things. Let's go. Let me keep going. Okay, number 2. The accused gunman who wrote that he was a psychology student used a high-capacity magazine rifle that he purchased legally. Okay. The LinkedIn page identifies Betts as a psychology student at Sinclair Community College. The college confirmed he used to be a student there, but isn't anymore. Let's see. I guess he used a high caliber capacity magazine rifle. I don't want to read you this whole thing. It's like reading a book, so I'm just kind of scanning through for. Okay, number 3. Connor Betts graduated from Bellbrook High School, and his father works for a technology corporation. Oh my God, I can't even imagine being the parent of one of these idiots. According to online records, Connor Betts ran track at Bellbrook High School and reported that he lived with his parents and his sister, which he killed his sister in this shooting, which makes me wonder if he was mad at his sister for something and then just took everybody else out along with it. Former high school classmates described him as a misogynistic bully. I went to high school with the shooter. He made a hit list of fellow students and was arrested. Somehow, he was still able to legally purchase a gun, which he used to kill at least 9 people. Something needs to be done, wrote one. A woman named Aubrey Williams wrote, he loved scaring people. He thought it was funny and got off on it. He scared my sister so bad once, I think he held her in his car against her will. She started crying and he laughed at her. He was sick, another wrote. Wasn't our responsibility. We were just kids. It should not be a kid's job to stop a killer. Okay, so let's see what number 4 is. Number 4, Betts may have had a hit list in high school and videos from the scene captured heavy gunfire. Okay, in high school, Betts may have been suspended for drawing up a hit list on the bathroom wall. Chris Baker, the former principal, told the Journal News, I would not dispute that information, but I don't want to get involved any more than just making that comment. Okay. I wonder if he's like, probably for legalities, I don't know. Betts was supposed to write a letter of apology to the people on the list after being expelled. Betts was allowed back to school. The site reported that Betts was not described as a loner. Okay. I guess they found a notebook where he reportedly wrote a list of people he wanted to rape, kill, and skin their bodies. Okay. That proves to you right there mental health. Mental health is the problem, okay? Not the guns. Because like I said before, you take away the guns, guess what? There's going to be something else they can use. And let's see what number 5 is. On Twitter, Betts described himself as a leftist and wrote about hell and guns. And oh, interesting. He's got a picture of Kamala Harris and Elizabeth Warren. The El Paso shooter had a social media presence that indicated support for President Donald Trump and anti-immigrant measures. Connor Betts' Twitter page is very different. He indicates he's a leftist and rails against QAnon, ICE, and the Industrial Revolution and police. Okay, so he sounds like a little Antifa shit. The page handle, I am the spookster. Okay, so that's what he calls himself. Okay, so anyway, I thought that was interesting. Just some info on the Dayton shooter. So let me go back to, okay, let's go back to Donald Trump here. Okay, when I said to you, he gave the lefts what they wanted. They wanted to see him acknowledge that he doesn't approve of shootings. But of course, that's still not good enough for them. And why isn't this loading? Hold on, let's try this again. There we go. Okay. What? Go away. It's an ad that keeps popping up. I'm going to get around you. Okay. President Trump on Sunday denounced the 2 mass shootings in Ohio and Texas, along with the hate that led to them, and said mental illness also played a role. He said, hate has no place in our country, and we are going to take care of it. He told reporters in New Jersey. And then, let's see, let me keep going. He added that he had spoken to the U.S. Attorney General, FBI director, and Congress people and would release a more substantive statement on Monday. Okay, so be on the lookout for, if you are not subscribed to the White House on YouTube, subscribe to the White House, because all of his press conferences and meetings that they televise, and his statements when he's getting off of Air Force One or onto Marine Two or whatever it's called. I think isn't it Marine Two? The helicopter. They always post it there. So if you're not subscribed to the White House channel, you'll want to, because if you want to see it, well, I mean, you can see it on my channel because I'll just copy and paste it into my channel. But of course, I want you to watch it on my channel. But yeah, but it's a good thing to be subscribed to the White House too. So he added that the shooters, white males aged 22 and 24, were really very seriously mentally ill. This is true. Okay, anybody with any common sense and half a brain can tell you mental health is the problem. All right. Let me see if there's anything. Okay, at least 29 people were killed over the weekend in 2 separate shootings, one in El Paso, Texas, and the second hours later in Dayton, Ohio. Dozens more were injured, some critically, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so he gave the left what they've been asking for, yet they're still here on Twitter, tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet, ripping him apart. Okay, one person tweeted, God, who was it? Oh, I can't think of who it was right now, but it was a guy. And he was like, he was repeating, do you remember when he was at a rally? And this is, I'm just paraphrasing here, but basically he was talking about, okay, good. I just wanted to prove your comment, Amber. It wanted to hold it for review, sorry. When it was a rally and he was talking about the invasion, and he says, well, what do we do about that? And somebody in the audience yells, shoot him. And he's like, and then I think he goes on to say, no, that type of a thing. We can't do that, right? So, okay, there was a Democrat that told that whole story up until that point where he laughed. And he left it at that, left it hanging. He didn't keep going with the story. He didn't finish it. But of course, they're going to pick out what they want and use that. But yet, when we do that to Ilhan Omar, okay, and we pick out pieces of what she says, that's a problem. And we shouldn't be doing that, and that's racist. But it's okay for the left to do that. I find that so interesting. It's so weird doing this dual stream thing. Hi. Though I look better on YouTube than I do on Facebook, I can tell you that. I look really old on Facebook. It's the lighting angles, I think, and the fact that I don't have a full face of makeup on. There's a girl, a lady who apparently gave her life in El Paso to save her 2-month-old. I guess she threw herself over her 2-month-old to protect the baby, and she was shot and killed. Her husband is still not accounted for, who is also shopping at the same time. So my assumption is that that person is deceased as well, which is sad. That's really sad that you lose both of your parents in a shooting like that. That's really sad. And then there was one more thing. Okay. This is the last article. And then if you guys want to call in, dude, you guys can talk to me in just a sec. Okay. I know I've been blabbing for 38 minutes. This is probably going to be like a long live stream, but you know what? Got to get this stuff off my chest. And I'm sure you guys do too. I know, Let's Be Frank was all sorts of worked up. Weren't you, Frank? I was like, yeah, Frank. He's sick and tired of it too. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. And I didn't, just like Frank. Frank did not want to live stream today, and I really didn't want to live stream today. But I was like, oh, okay, well, I know my viewers are going to want to talk about this. I just know that they are. And, well, I did it for you guys. I love you. So I don't know how much of this article to believe. It's from the Gateway Pundit. It's entitled "Leftists Change Shooter Patrick." How do you say his last name? Is it Crusius? I don't know. My life page after Saturday shooting from Democrat to Republican. Page created after shooting. And I was like, what? I didn't even read this article because I was like, ooh, we can get into the juice together. This dude is alive though, so I find that interesting. Washington Examiner reporter Anna, can't say her last name, posted the name and a photo of the alleged shooter. I love how they say alleged shooter. Dude, he did it. You don't have to say alleged, okay? We know the dude did it. Excuse me. So they have the shooter in custody, just turned 21 years old this week, okay? My Life is an American information brokerage founded in 2002 as reunion.com. My Life gathers personal information through public records and other sources to automatically generate a My Life public page for each person, described by My Life as a complete Wikipedia-like biography on every American. What? Do I have to Google myself? I think I might have to go Google myself and see what comes up. That might be scary. At 2:46 p.m. today, My Life had this profile for the deranged killer, Patrick, however you say his last name. His original profile at 2:46 said he was a registered Democrat. That's crazy. So they did a screenshot. Okay, and I know this is ghetto and you guys probably can't see this, but at the bottom here, it says Democrat. Okay, oop, here, I'll show you guys on Facebook. Hold on. If you guys can see that, it should say Democrat there. You should be able to see that. It says political party, Democrat. Okay. So that was earlier. And then at 2:50 p.m., it says leftist changed his political affiliation from Democrat to Republican. My question is, how do they know this? How do they know it was a leftist? Interesting. So is this something that you can go in and update? Like, and you know how on unlocked, Wikipedia, you can submit changes and things like that? I don't know. Or is that just somebody that's screwing around and, just thought they would have fun and games? Somebody sent me a text message. Oh, okay. This is the person that, okay, I think he screenshotted the fact that he can't comment on my live streams. I have somebody that watches my live streams and he's a nice guy, and I don't know why he can't comment on my live streams or do anything, because he's not on my block list and it doesn't make any sense. I can only chalk it up to YouTube. But I'm gonna let you guys call in if you want to talk about this and tell me what you think about any of these shootings, the left, mental health, gun restrictions, anything like that. The number is 480-216-6140. You guys know the rules, though. No blocked phone calls. I want to answer the phone if it's blocked. You have 5 minutes, okay? Maybe 6 if if I'm not watching the clock. But if I cut you off, you can't get mad, okay? Because that's the rule. We gotta let everybody have a chance. So if you want to call in, now you can do that. Moderators, throw up that number. I'm gonna turn up the ringer because that would be bad if you were calling and I didn't answer the phone because I didn't hear you. Hold on, I need a drinky. I've decided that this flavor tastes a little bit reminiscent of cough syrup. I don't really like it. But because I have like 4 more of them, I'm going to have to drink it. So 480-216-6140. I know you all have an opinion on this. So I really want to hear what of you tell me about your thoughts. Especially if it has to do with the left. But let's see here. I think I had some other tweets here. I'll wait and see if any of you guys call in. I know some nights you guys make my phone ring off the hook. There we go. That wall. Build that wall. Hi, this is Atomic News.
Well, hi, Laura. This is Sandy in Colorado calling, the Tesla lady.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great. I wanted to tell you I loved everything you did over the weekend.
Oh,
Absolutely loved it.
thank you. You like my donkeys?
Your room door was not left open again, right?
No, not the second day. No. But so what happened? What happened with that is that some people misunderstood and thought I left the door open. But no. Yeah, room service when they were not room service, housekeeping when they went in, they turned that little metal flap thing to be able to go in and out, and then they left the room and didn't shut it.
Yeah. Bad.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you got taken care of on that one.
They were supposed to comp the room to the Republican group there in Mojave County, so I hope that they did what they said they were going to do and comp the room to them. So
good. So all of the shootings that are going on. First off, the first thing is I really believe that there are many more to come. I think this is just the beginning because the far left, progressives, and the DS, they want to just put everything out there that they can to try and make President Trump look bad. It is going to backfire on them so bad because more and more people are waking up and they are starting to really question what is really going on with all of these shootings lately. Well, not just lately, for quite a while. I've heard and seen in some other channels where it seems like the left, they are totally blaming President Trump for this. I'm baffled. I don't even understand that. The president did not tell him to write that manifesto. Right. That person did that manifesto on their own, or somebody coached them. Yeah. Are they empty? Yeah, I don't understand, and I don't want to understand this far left progressive, their attitudes towards these shootings, and right away, what do they say? Grab the guns. No, they're not going to get them because they're going to have a big fight on their hands. Do you agree?
Oh, I agree. We will not go down without a fight.
Exactly. And I've always said it is the person. It's not the gun. It is the person. And I believe you said the same thing, and I've seen people in the chat saying the same thing.
Yep.
It's him. Yep. Who did it?
You can't blame somebody else for another person's actions.
Correct.
And it's the same sense that, like, when we condemn a terrorist attack, okay, the left says, well, you can't condemn all, people who follow Islam, but yet they can do that to us. You know what I mean?
Yes. Bingo.
Yeah.
Spot on, Laura. Spot on. Well said.
It's called hypocritical.
Yeah. Didn't we learn that in high school or even before that?
I really want the left to say it with me. I need every Democrat to say the word with me. Hypocritical.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, of course, the squad, you say anything about terrorism and you're a terrible person. Well, here, they're just waiting for the go. We know that. So is this the start of it? And is the left still going to say, oh, it's the right and it's President Trump that is just, starting all of this, and he's creating all of this hate? You know what? The hate is not on the Republican side.
Right.
I truly believe that. I mean, are there some? Absolutely. But the true hate is on the way far left. They are just, I don't think I've ever seen them so off their rockers.
It disgusts me how they use incidents like this for political gain. And that's exactly what they do. I mean, it took them probably minutes to jump on that bandwagon and start using this event for political gain. and to try and, fit it into their agenda of the election and not wanting Donald Trump as the president, because the truth is they just don't like him. It's disgusting how they use the death of other people to work it into their agenda. It's horrible. They're horrible people to do that.
Exactly. It's so, and they will keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that prods on other people that maybe are thinking about it to go ahead and just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know that they're going to get the same type thing from the left. Oh, you shouldn't have done that, or the president did this. Well, if they don't like the president, you bet they're going to want to hear that, whether they're in jail or whatever. I mean, the ones that are killed,
mm-hmm.
Shot by the police and stopped right away, they're not going to hear anything. They didn't get anything. They're done.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it should be. Get in there, end it now.
Right.
And not tolerate it anymore.
Right.
And I'm very, very suspicious about how many times it comes up where there's one shooter, maybe two, but then there are witnesses that come out and they say they saw 3 or 4 people with weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And they were 3. So, I mean, that just seems really off to me.
Mm-hmm. It happens with every mass shooting, doesn't it? It seems
going back to, for certain, going back to the Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right, my dear. We have gone over time, so I'm going to have to let you go, but I want to thank you for calling back in.
Well, thank you so much for taking my call, Laura. You please stay safe, everyone.
All right. Take care, hon. I'll talk to you next time.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so there was somebody that was calling from Colorado. They called about 2 or 3 times. If that person wants to call in now, go for it. You guys, with the behavior for the left, their behavior after an event like this. Okay, a very wise woman once told me, "What you see is what you get."
That wall.
Okay.
Build that wall. Build that wall.
Hi, this is Atomic News.
Hi, this is Amber in Colorado.
Hey, Amber, how's it going?
Hey, good. Had to approve me again.
Yeah.
What's up?
You and your words, Amber.
I'm so sorry. I even went back and looked. I don't even know.
I was like, I don't even know what's wrong with this. Approve.
I don't even know. But I just want to say that guns are like dogs, and it's all about the owners,
Yeah. Right?
People always say pit bulls are evil, but they're not. They're the sweetest dogs in the world.
Depends on how they're raised, right? And
exactly.
That's the key.
It all depends on how you raise your gun.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that, huh?
No, that's okay.
Sorry.
You're fine.
I don't know how to regulate myself. Sorry.
I have that problem sometimes. Sometimes I have to tell
I
myself to censor my mouth.
Trip. That was so awesome. I was looking at that. I was like, oh my gosh, she's going somewhere cool. And then she's looking at donkeys. I'm like, oh.
And what's funny is that town is like,
I get it.
That whole area is very, very strong Republican. I mean, it's a very red area. So it was,
awesome,
those donkeys are
like,
probably really Republicans.
Way to preach it and get your point across, right?
We were just having some fun,
I love you. And what is that other girl's name that does videos on your channel?
Do you mean when I post Jen's videos?
Yeah, she goes and rallies up everybody and riles up everybody. I love her.
It's probably Jen.
Oh, she's awesome. She's so pretty. Oh.
She and I are going to get into some shenanigans this week, I think.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
With the elementary school that's being converted here in Phoenix to a shelter for migrants.
Twisted.
Yeah.
That's twisted.
Because
if they don't sanitize that stuff and then they send kids back to school, those kids are going to catch whatever those people have.
Oh, well, that school's an abandoned school. Like it hasn't been functioning for like over 10 years. So there's not going to be any kids there. No. But still, that school could have been used for the community in other ways. I mean, it could have been a daycare center. It could have been for veterans. It could have been for homeless. It could have been, made into a church. It could have been Yeah.
Exactly. I'm with you. I'm with you, man. I just love everything you do.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you're watching, and I'm glad you called in.
I try to watch every time. I love you, woman.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
All right. Talk to you next time.
Night-night.
Bye. I love all my callers. I really do. You guys are awesome. So what I was saying, though, was as far as the behavior of the left, what you see is what you get. All right. So if you vote for that, if you think that's okay, you vote for that, that is what you're going to get. The immature toddlers whining, crying, throwing a fit, and pointing the finger at everybody, and the whole professional victim. Oh, you know, he hurt my feelings. That's what you're going to get. That's what's going to be running this country if you vote for that. What you see is what you get. Remember that. Okay? 480-216-6140. If somebody else wants to call and tell me what you think about all these shootings or these shooters or the left and their behaviors and the use of incidents like this for political gain. I want to hear what you have to say. All right. So get on my phone. But, you know, going back to multiple shooters, okay, this happens with every single mass shooting. Okay, it happened in Vegas. It happened with these school shootings, like almost every single one. Okay, let's go to the Thousand Oaks shooting.
Feel that wall.
Stay tuned.
Feel that wall.
Hold on, this is Florida.
Feel that wall.
Hi, this is Atomic News. Hold on, we're having okay, now I got you. Now start all over.
Hello, Laura. How are you doing?
Hey, it's Let's Be Frank. Sorry, like I thought I hit speaker, but it didn't work.
It's all good. Sorry about not being able to get that Google Air. Apparently, YouTube discontinued it. Now I'm gonna have to figure out different ways to get guests on. Maybe doing phone calls like this.
Well, you and I need to figure out the whole OBS thing.
Yeah, seriously.
Because when I tried to set up this live stream and it didn't work, I'm like, well, screw it. Let's go do OBS. I'm like, you know, let's just go balls to the walls here and do it. But then I pulled it up and I'm like, no, this isn't working in the way I wanted to. And so I was like, okay, scrap that. And then I just went in the old school way through YouTube, and I was like, all right, that's going to have to do. But we're going to have to figure out OBS so that we can both get in there. Like you, me, and Excel need to have like a 3-way phone call and figure this out.
Absolutely. Well, there's two points I wanted to make that I didn't have an opportunity to make during my live stream earlier today, and that is with the more information coming out about the Dayton shooter being part of Elizabeth Warren and the lefty, hard leftist, and everything like that. Mm-hmm. It's interesting to see as I scroll through Twitter tonight. I've been scrolling through for the last hour as I've been listening to your show. Not one Democrat has come out to condemn him for being their supporters. And all I've seen over the course of the last 12 hours, I'm sure that you have as well, is so much virtual hate for President Trump from all representatives of senators, representatives of the House, Democrats, all calling him either a white nationalist or a terrorist enabling white nationalist.
Yes.
All of their tweets.
Yes.
It's disgusting what we currently are reading. And quietly, right now, what's going on behind the scenes, all these so-called journalists from the mainstream media that sympathize with Antifa, and this person was a very large supporter of Antifa. And guess what? He retweeted some of those journalists that were in threads in some of those tweets. So guess what they're doing very quietly right now? Erasing their tweets.
Oh, yeah. But you know somebody somewhere's got those screenshotted.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going through some of these journalists right now that are they've said they've stored and got all their stuff ready to go to launch their stories tomorrow against the mainstream media. And one last point I wanted to make that I forgot to, our good friend the Clover Chronicle sent me a link over, and I know it just may be coincidence, but I talked about this a couple live streams ago. I believe it was on Saturday evening's live stream. It's just a coincidence of David Hogg and Antifa, everybody converging on El Paso over the last couple weeks. Well, he sent me an article from the El Paso News, the NBC News site there, that has the parents of another Parkland teen that was killed in Parkland were also in El Paso during a Walmart shooting as well. It's just coincidence, but it's a lot of coincidence that all these people happen to be in the general area where something just occurred. To keep our focus off of what? What's our focus supposed to be on right now that it is not on?
Well, there's a lot of things.
what major thing right now that's happening in DC currently that involves people that are involved with the Russia Gate stuff being looked into? Isn't it convenient that all the light that was starting to get shined over there is no longer shined over there because we're dealing with these two shootings by two maniacs?
Right. It's like I said, every week there's something new they're targeting because they want to distract from the fact they're not doing anything about the previous issue or the one before that.
Right. So just curious, just a lot of coincidence. Like, I'm not saying that they had anything to do with it. I'm just saying it's just very, very, a lot of coincidence, eventually lead up to something else. But I'm not going to touch on that point tonight, but until we get more evidence. But
I love the way you think, though.
So anyway, I just wanted to make those couple points since I forgot to make them during my live stream earlier this evening. I was pretty fired up about the coverage of the mainstream media, the loser racist Democrats that are all out there that are a bunch of cowards. So, and then enabling cowards at that. So let me just anyway. So, well, thank you for taking my call. I do appreciate it as always, and I will talk to you a little bit later.
All right. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
I love the way he thinks. He cracks me up. But he makes good points. He really does. But going back to the multiple shooters and all those things that kind of match up with every single shooting. Okay, within seconds, I got people messaging me. Like when I was giving that speech yesterday, my phone was going off the hook in my back pocket, and I was like, "Oh my God!" So I was thinking in my head that something's going down right now. But I was like telling myself in my head, focus on what you're doing, right? It was a little bit of a distraction. Next time, I'm not going to put my phone in my pocket when I'm giving a speech. But as soon as I was done, I was like, oh, okay, here we go, another shooting. And all these people were like, it's a false flag, it's a false flag. And I'm like, no, not always, not always. Okay. I had so many people tell me when I made my videos about the Thousand Oaks shooting, that this was a false flag. Nobody died. Nobody was injured. No officer was killed. And I was like, dude, one of my best friends in life is a sheriff. The officer that was shot and killed was his boss. Okay, I can confirm for you that this was not a false flag, that this actually happened. There were dead people. There was a dead officer. No, you're wrong. It's a false flag. I'm like, dude. Okay, it's like having your hand in the cookie jar. I've got the info, okay? I know. I can't tell you what officer I know. I can't give out his information, but I'm not going to lie to my subscribers. There are YouTubers that accidentally give out wrong information. That happens, but for me to tell you that was a false flag, that would be me blatantly lying to you, okay? The Thousand Oaks shooting was real. And if anybody wants to debate that, call me right now and we'll have a discussion. I'll bring you on my show. We'll do a whole nother live stream about false flags and we'll have a discussion about that. But I can tell you the Thousand Oaks shooting was legit. It was real. All right. The officer really did die. So in this case, I can't confirm anything yet because I just don't have enough information yet. It's too new. But I can tell you that this is not over. Okay. And I need you all to know that. Right. You have a good point, Mary. Not all false flags are actors. Correct. But the people that were saying that nobody died and it was all fake and they were actors, I'm like, no, hello, it was real. But I can tell you right now, I want you guys to hear me. This is not over. All right. I have a lot of information. I always say my channel is like Big Brother. I know a lot of things. It's like Tyrion Lannister. He's like, I drink and I know things. Well, I don't drink. Me, I read and I know things. Or people send me things and I know things. Okay, this is not over. And that's what's sad. You guys, Antifa has plans, okay? And it directly involves El Paso as well as some other locations. I do have copies of Antifa plans, which I am working on sending them to any authorities that I possibly can, including El Paso, that directly link to this other website of theirs where they're giving out information and basically using this website to organize their masses for these events. Because any information the authorities can have is what's going to help them. But it's not over, okay? August and September, Antifa has a lot of stuff planned, okay? Specifically with ICE, specifically with the border wall, okay? Specifically in El Paso, and there are other areas, okay? Texas is in for a ride. And of course, anything that I have and that I can give to whoever to help, I'm going to. I know somebody through Facebook who lives in Portland and has to deal with Antifa on a regular basis. This is not over. Sometimes I feel like I carry like a burden on my shoulders, knowing a lot of the things that I know. Yeah, because then that's what keeps me up at night sometimes, because I start thinking about these things and the stuff that I know. And, that starts, going in my mind, and it's like a web, and it's like, well, what if this happens? And then what if that happens? And what if that happens? And if I don't say something about this, what if something happens and I knew about it? So I'm always like calculating things. Yeah, I know some pretty shitty stuff right now that is going to go down if Antifa goes through with it. But they're not very smart, I can tell you that, because the Patriots have their information.
Build that wall. Build that wall.
Hi, this is Atomic News.
Yeah, hi, this is Cyrus.
Hey, Cyrus, how's it going?
Awesome. Yeah, I think we were both busy, so...
Yeah, I think so, because we were supposed to talk Saturday night, weren't we?
Yeah. I'm actually trying to finish up something.
Okay.
So, do you want to do this around, like, maybe 9-ish, 10-ish o'clock?
Tonight?
Yes.
You mean you talk about what we were going to talk about and plan it out? Or the actual...
Yeah, let's talk about the subjects, because we have to talk about, like, the border crisis, the elections, the insanity of what you hear from the media and all these pundits and everything. So that's what I want to talk about, and talk about, like, specifically your state, specifically what's going on. Because I know you were probably only about 100 miles away from me. You were in Bullhead City?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bullhead City votes Republican. Am I correct?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, but I heard, I think some counties that may turn blue is probably Yuma County, right?
Yeah. Hopefully not after all of these migrants that have been in there.
Yeah, well, that's the point I want to make. Because Yuma County wasn't very pretty, as far as I can tell you that. So, yeah. So is 9 o'clock okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That works.
Okay. Okay. So, Are you gonna be in the middle of something, or is it gonna be like if I call you at 9 or 9:05, you'll be there?
No, I'll be there because this live stream is only gonna go probably for like no more than another 10 minutes. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's make the interview just like no more than 10 minutes because a lot of people don't want to like sit there for 20 minutes or an hour. Because like when you have shows like Tucker Carlson, those interviews don't go on for 10 minutes. They just go on for like, 7 minutes, or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you have Skype, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do Skype or FaceTime? Which one would you prefer?
I've never used FaceTime.
Okay, then I'll do Skype. But that's the thing. I'm gonna have to find your name. Do you have my name down or something?
No, probably not. What's your name under Skype?
Cyrus, Cyrus.
Uh-huh.
And then Hojati. Do you have a recording software, or do you want me to do it, or both? What would you prefer?
I'm still working on my software. I'm not completely familiar with it yet, so I'm not comfortable with it.
Okay, so what I can do is I can download something to make it work. So I know there's a way you can download telephone conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So it's Cyrus, Cyrus, and then Hojati, Hojjjatty.
Okay, I'll find you on and send you like a a link request, I guess.
So Hojjjatty. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. And like I said, if you're busy or something, we can do it tomorrow. But I don't want to. Because God forbid if the whole process takes a half an hour and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
No worries.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Talk to you later.
Call you at 9.
Okay.
Okay. Take care.
Bye. That was Cyrus. I actually met him when I went down to Yuma. And we were down at the border with like Paloma and AZ Patriots and Jen and all them. I met Cyrus there, and Cyrus has a YouTube channel. So he wants me on, he wants to do like a short interview for his channel. I like to collaborate with, anybody I possibly can, just to get the truth out as much as possible, for anybody that's, willing to listen. So I don't mind ever, helping out another YouTube channel because, what you give is what you get back, So if I ever want somebody to come on my channel, then, it's called karma, right? All right. If we want to have one more phone call, if there's anybody still lingering that wants to call, 480-216-6140. Do you guys want to see like a whole live stream like on Antifa? Is that something that you guys are interested in? Anybody? Bueller? Hey, Facebook, you still hanging in there? This is the first time I've ever dual streamed. I forget who it was, but someone said that they liked my hair when it was down. Thank you. It gets hot though when it's down. And I didn't wash my hair this morning, so it went back up in a ponytail. So you guys are saying yes, yep. As far as the a live stream on Antifa, okay, we could do that. I'm extensive on Antifa. I know how to identify them. That's what Mr. Atomic just said. Okay, so I will plan, I guess, my next live stream probably this weekend to be one on Antifa. Maybe I can find an Antifa person.
Build that wall. Build.
Hi, this is Atomic News.
Hi, my name is Alice Novoa, and I'm calling from Douglas, Arizona, and I would like to give you very important information.
All right, go for it.
I was born and raised in Douglas, Arizona. I'm a United States citizen of Mexican ancestry, and I don't know if you guys are aware, that Mexico is the greatest enemy of the United States, not Russia, not anybody. Have you ever heard of Aztlan? Yes or no?
Of a what?
Aztlan. Have you ever heard of Aztlan?
No.
Let me spell it for you. The way you spell it is A, Z as in Zebra, T as in top, L as in love, A as in Alice, and N as in not. Aztlan is a radical Islamic Mexican Catholic movement that plans on the overthrow of the entire United States of America for Mexico. And Anahuac is another Aztec name that is the overthrow, Mexico, the overthrow from Canada to Costa Rica. And people are not even aware that we have hundreds of illegal aliens that are elected officials. Here in Arizona, we have a lot of people that are illegal aliens that are elected officials that we have voted them in because of the loophole is in all voter registration forms in all states. The registration forms, if you read your registration forms, it says you have to be a United States citizen to register to vote, yet it does not require a birth certificate. Tomas Perez, the director of the National Committee, of the Democrat Committee, the DNC, he is part of the Aztlan movement. AOC Cortez, he is part of the Aztlan movement. Javier Becerra, who is Attorney General in California, he's an illegal alien. The Secretary of State of California, Alex Padilla, he's also an illegal alien. And we have, like I told you, we have Adrian Fontes, who is in Maricopa County. He's a treasurer. He's part of the Aztlan movement. I have so much to tell you and so much to give you, so much information to prove that what I'm saying is true, that you would, but I don't know how to get to people because I live, well, I'm here in Douglas, Arizona, and I would love to come and meet with you. Hopefully, maybe even as soon as next week, if you're in the Phoenix area, and we can talk about it, and I can give you all the information you need so that you will see that what I'm saying is truth. Mexico, the caravans, everything. Because do you remember how in the media they call us all Americans? We're Americans? No, we're not. We're citizens of the United States of America. What Mexico is doing, and also at the MAS program, you know, like Mexican-American school, you know, here that they teach Mexican-American studies.
Yes.
What they teach all the students that they are all Americans. They tell South America, everybody's America. They call it the Americas. So when you go and you're in a rally and you see illegal aliens across from you and you're saying, we're Americans, and they're yelling at you, we're Americans, because they are. But they're from Mexico, America. They're from Argentina, America. They are from Belize, America. Do you see? And what's happening is people are not even aware that Mexico is about to take us over. And they're taking us over at the ballot box. Over 33 million illegal aliens voted for Hillary Clinton. People need to wake up. I tell your people to look up on YouTube Nation of Aztlan. And I already told you how to spell Aztlan. If you need it again, I'll give it again.
No, I've got it.
And look at other videos like that. But people need to wake up. The greatest enemy of the United States is the Aztlan, Mexico, Chicanos por la Causa. Do you know? Have you ever heard of Chicanos por la Causa?
No.
Chicanos por la Causa. Yes, they are Aztlan. They are located in Phoenix. Chicanos por la Causa. And people, we need to wake up, people. We need to wake up. This is a Mexico thing. Mexico is invading us. They have been telling all these caravans that this is America. They can come into the Americas. They're invading us. their plan is, if you get into the plan espiritual de Aztlán, and that's why I want to meet you next week so I can give you all this information so you will have it at hand. And if you need me to talk to any law enforcement, anybody that will listen to us and open their eyes and let's take our nation back from Mexico, because Mexico is really the invader here. El plan espiritual de Aztlán is a constitution from the Aztlán movement. You know what it says? We're going to get rid of and kill all American Europeans and all OTMs other than Mexican. And right now, they pretend to be helping us. They're not helping us at the border. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Mexico is allowing all these people to come in because they want to take us over at the ballot box. I have proof of all this. I did talk to Will Johnson a while back, and he said he was going to call me, but I think fear came upon him. So he never called me again because I wanted to talk to him about elections because I know about elections. I know the evil plantation of elections. I know the evil plantation of the elections. I know about, Raul Grijalva? He's a congressman. He's an illegal alien. Regina Romero, who's running for mayor in Tucson, Arizona, she's an illegal alien.
Wow.
And so, like I told you, AOC, she's part of the Aztlán movement. Tomás Pérez, Sonia Sotomayor from Supreme Court Justice, she's part of the Aztlán movement.
Oh.
I have proof. I have material evidence to everything that I'm saying. Obama is not a natural born citizen.
Right.
To be a natural born citizen, your two parents have to be United States citizens at the time of your birth, and you have to be born at the continental United States. And that's why if you read the article, at the end it says, have been a resident of the United States for 14 years. Those are the people who were born in bases, military bases.
Right.
But their parents are United States citizens. Julian Castro, who's running for president of the United States, is an illegal alien. His grandma was an illegal alien. His mother's an illegal alien. He was born here as an anchor baby, if even that. And he is either an illegal alien or an anchor baby. And we have to stand together as one. Have you ever heard of MECHA at the schools? Have you ever heard of MECHA, MECHA? They are the students of Aztlán. And they have these clubs at the U of A and everywhere else, and they're teaching all the kids to be revolutionaries against us. The ethnic studies, that's what it is. We took it before the courts about 5 years ago, and they took up ethnic studies in the Tucson Unified School District, and they put it back in. But we took it out with Tom Horn. Remember Tom Horn? And then we had the district court in Tucson, Arizona, who's part of the mess, who has been allowing illegal aliens to get naturalized certificates. And you're supposed to get it from the U.S. attorney, and they're getting it from the district court or the Secretary of State of Arizona. During Grant Woods. Remember Grant Woods?
No.
He's the one who was giving those certificates out. Does anybody remember Citizenship USA? Do you remember that? Citizenship USA, they got all these illegal aliens to come in 1996. And I'm telling you right now, it's time to wake up. It's time for everybody to open our eyes and know that it is a Mexico thing. And it is, Virgin Guadalupe, and I don't mean to offend Catholics, because Catholics don't even know. But, have you ever seen Virgin Guadalupe? Do you know which one she is?
Right, yeah, I know what you're doing.
Okay. Virgin Guadalupe took the place of Virgin Mary. Virgin Mary is the one with a little white robe with a little blue cloak. Virgin Guadalupe is the one that is, you see, at a lot of Catholic churches, that are sanctuary churches and all that. But anyway, the Virgin Guadalupe, with her before them, they plan on taking over our country. Cesar Chavez is part of the Aztlán movement. Of course, he already died, but he's part of the Aztlán movement. Dolores Huerta. And there's thousands upon thousands of organizations that are connected to the SHIRLA, the National Council of La Raza. That is Aztlan. Univision, you know, the TV station, Univision.
Yeah, Univision.
Canal 40, Galavisión, and NBC. They're part of the Aztlan movement. They're part of the plan of the overthrow and take over the entire United States for Mexico. I can prove it. And I've been shouting out here all by myself since year 2000. But I found this out since I was a little girl. I was born and raised, like I said, here in Douglas, Arizona. My daddy used to work at the smelter since he was 18 years old. And when he was a little girl, I was a little girl, he would take me to South Star Mercantile to buy groceries. And then these people from Agua Prieta, Douglas, Arizona is a border town to Agua Prieta, Sonora, Mexico. And they would come and tell my daddy that this was their territory, that, you know, California, Arizona, Texas, and New Mexico belongs to Mexico. Well, now it's a whole United States. The entire United States. And these people, Antifa, all these people that are hanging around with each other, Black Lives Matter, they're all connected to Aztlan. The one behind the whole thing is Aztlan. That's why I would ask your listeners, look up Aztlan, look up Nation of Aztlan, look up images of maps of Aztlan. Okay. And right there you will see where it states very clearly, you know, that Aztlan, that Aztlan is the whole United States. Okay. And they plan on getting rid of and killing all American Europeans and all OTANs other than Mexican. Okay. Their motto is para la raza todo, afuera de la raza nada.
La raza.
But yeah, for the race everything, out of the race nothing. Okay. And I want to give you all this information so you will know it. And then you'll know, oh my goodness, this is an evil plantation of what's happening in our nation.
Okay, well, let's, I've got your number written down here. So let's try and talk. I work late tomorrow night, but maybe like a Wednesday I'm off. Let's see if we can talk on the phone and see if we can figure something out, okay?
Okay, will you be calling me from the same number?
Yes.
Okay, because that way I will put your number and name, so that way when you call me, I know it's you, because most of the time I do not pick up the phone if it's just a number. But I will tell you this, you will say, oh my goodness, this is awesome, because you will find out the real root of what's going on. Okay, sounds good. I look forward. And be blessed, and may God protect our nation. Yes, absolutely. I look forward to talking to you, hon. Thank you. My name is Alice. Nice to meet you. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Whoa. I could see in the chat room you all were agreeing with her, and you were like, I believe her, and you know, were shocked by what you were hearing. So if you're still listening, Alice, everybody in the chat room is saying thank you for that information. I think they really enjoyed that phone call. So I will reach out to her on Wednesday and see what I can do to learn more. I'm definitely going to be searching those terms tonight. So this live stream has been going for about an hour and a half. I think we've gotten it out of our system. So I am going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to thank you all for being here. Don't forget, if you want to donate to the Guardian Patriots, you're going to go out and help in El Paso. Text me to my number and I'll send you the link, okay? And then I will be doing another live stream probably later in the week, and I'm going to gather some information about Antifa, and we're going to talk about Antifa. Maybe I can find an Antifa person to get on the phone with me. Wouldn't that be juicy? That would be so juicy. So Antifa, if you're watching my live stream, because it wouldn't surprise me if somebody did, call me. Until next time, peace out.